Welcome, lovely collective, to your general timeless reading. I will begin your reading with Crystal and Turban Seashells Scrying, and I have Intuitive Kev's extra deck. I just got this in yesterday evening. I am so super stoked about this. I'm going to concentrate mainly on this deck, but I will pull tarot and other oracle as divinely led throughout. But this is just so phenomenal. This is the very first reading that I will be using this deck. So super cool. I'm just so excited. I just absolutely love this. Well, before I begin, I want to show you guys something. If you are a reader or you just want to get some on your own, and listen, Intuitive Kev has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. Okay. I'm doing this on my own because I'm so excited. I just love these cards. I just want to show you this. So I have spent, in the past, I have spent, like over $100 for a deck of cards. There was one deck, I believe it was Intuit was the company. I bought one thing of cards that was for Twin Flames. Phenomenal. Okay. And they were like around 140 some dollars or 160 something. I can't remember. But then I bought another deck from them and paid the same, and it was not a good experience at all. Okay. The cards were faded, just, a lot of stuff. They were just not worth the money. These, oh my gosh, I didn't pay anything near that. These were like super cheap. And look, they have the beautiful silver on the sides, but look how they shuffle. Look at this. This is shuffling straight out of the box. I did not have to, like, sometimes they stick when I first get them, and I always have to go through and put powder on them or something like that, and really divide them just to be able to shuffle, and right out of the box. They did come in like two separate wrappings. So as soon as I removed the wrappings, that's what I'm talking about. Instantly, I was able to shuffle. I could not get over it. And look at the quality. Just look at this. None of these are faded. I mean, they're all, the coloring is just absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I just wanted to show that. And Intuitive Kev, if you happen to see this, please know I am, as you can tell, I am super, super happy. Keep making your cards with this quality. Is absolutely amazing. All right, let's go ahead and roll and see what Spirit has in store, collective. I'm so super excited. Holy Spirit, Holy Divine, all who are with me in the highest divine realms of love and truth, I ask that you please give me clear understanding, clear communication, and interpretation skills to bring forth the most loving, truthful information that the collective needs to know most. Thank you. Here. Thank you. Who is the collective? Okay. And thank you, Spirit. And what is this? Okay. This is okay. Collective. I shouldn't be laughing. I can't help it. I got tickled. Okay. Collective. You are coming through. It's like you're in the background. Okay. And you're coming through as a rabbit. Now that's telling me abundance. You have both of your eyes open. Okay. And your nose. Here's the thing. You know how a rabbit's nose is kind of like, in a sense, flat. Yes, it's rounded, but it's kind of flat at the same time. That's telling me something about your senses, like your psychic or your intuitive senses. Okay. The nose is really big on this rabbit. So there's something about your intuitive abilities, your sensitivities, empathic, whatever it is that you use or however you receive information, okay, from the divine. Now, yes, your eyes are completely open, but you also look like you are frustrated, okay? You know how we can see with someone's eyes what kind of mood they're in? I'm definitely seeing some kind of frustration here. Now, remember, you're like in the background, okay? So, like, you're back here and you're looking at a group of people here. So, and there's distance. So, because there's distance, this could be emotional distance, physical distance from a group of people, or both. This group of people, this could be many different things. Doesn't even have to be people. This could be different jobs, different schools, different places you've lived. Now, if it is people, it could be a mixture of people, like some family, some work acquaintances, or it could be all work acquaintances. Take it how it resonates in your life, because this is a collective general reading. So it's going to be different for each of us. And it's also going to depend on where you are on your timeline when you see this. Now, the amazing thing is, this group of people that you're looking at in the distance, where you're looking frustrated, they're looking, it's kind of like they're huddled up almost in fear, which is kind of funny. I don't understand why they're in fear of the collective, okay? Unless it does have to do, because you do have a big, big nose as far as in senses. And I'm not talking about a big nose like Pinocchio. I'm talking about it's spread out really wide. So it is definitely about intuitive abilities, something like that. But it's like you've got all kinds of people that are just like huddled up, and they also only have one, each of them only have one eye open. Okay. So it's like you've got a group of people that doesn't see you or a situation involving you clearly. Okay. And they're all huddled over here like they're scared. And you're back here looking at this group of people like, what is wrong with you? Just what is going on? But the thing is, you're over here ooh, you know what this you know what this gives me? I have to say it because it's coming to me. Okay. Because I get this too. So I have to say this. Okay. So it gives me just an example, right? Of, let's say, collective. Let's say you're just working your hiney off. Okay. You're not playing into other situations, into other people's dramas. You're just in solitude, or if you're not in solitude, you're staying, highly focused on accomplishing goals, your mission, your divine purpose, and you're getting things done, right? While a group of people is like, kind of, to me, it's a waste of time, gossiping, just things like that. But all this is going on with this group of people, okay? So then all of a sudden, it's like collective pops up, and collective has this done, and this opportunity, and this time done, and here's another one, okay? So you're coming through as this abundant rabbit, right? Even if you're like not seeing the physical financial wealth of it at this time, you have to remember that long-term seeds are the best, because yes, they take a lot of time to grow, but once they reach maturity and it's time for harvest, look out. And if you've got multiple spread out, just on down the line, and then all of a sudden stuff starts popping up, people are going to be looking at you, because I get accused of doing all kinds of stuff, like doing spell work and all kinds of stuff to manifest. And I don't even know how, other than speaking things into existence with the law of attraction. I don't know how to do those things. I don't do those things. But a big part of it is just making sure that I'm in solitude and I can focus. And because I do have ADHD, and I also have ADD, because I have epilepsy. It affects my brain. Okay. So I'm easily distracted. So I need quiet. When I'm doing things, I need quiet. And that's why I have to keep my phone turned off. I have to do a lot of things to have that quiet, right? So it can appear to the outer world like, whoa, what's going on? That person's doing some, dark stuff in order to accumulate whatever. Okay. And when actually what they're not realizing is they could do the same thing as well if they stopped huddling together and wasting their time with all these distractions and actually focused on what it is that they wanted to manifest and like really focus in on that and put their time, their attention into creating that. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. And so but it's like it's making the collective appear like you're doing something dark or doing something evil, something when you're not. When you're not. It is so funny because I get that all the time. I do, guys. I get that all the time. And it's so far from the truth. It's so far. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Intuitive Kev deck. And I've already shuffled, but I want to do it again. It's just because I'm really loving this deck. I can't get over how easy it is to shuffle. It's like I've used it about 10 or 12 times already, the way it's already shuffling. So it's great. Now, Spirit, Holy Divine, I'm going to cut these in thirds and tell me which way to stack the deck, please. And I'm doing this, guys, because the deck is thick. You want this one on top? Okay, so we're going to do this one on top. Which one next? This one. Okay, thank you. So we're going to do it like this. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, Spirit, Holy Divine, what would you like to tell the collective, please? What's going on in this situation? Now, guys, please know, those of you that are new, anytime that I use the oracle cards, I only read in the upright. I have this set up with my guides, okay? So they're already fully aware and they know how to bring the information forth should something need to be read in the reverse, okay? So don't worry. Spirit, what would you like to tell the lovely collective, please? Whoa, okay. All of these? Yes, okay. We have a lot here. Give me just a moment. Okay, Spirit, do you want me to go in the order that these are in? No, of course not. Okay, Spirit. Okay, guys, hang with me just a moment. I got to see what order Spirit wants. So lay these out exactly how they are. Okay, Spirit, where do you want me to start? Okay, it was this one. Okay, so this is the first one. And next, this one. Thank you. And next. Okay, thank you. And next. This one, thank you. Okay, and next. This one, thank you. Next. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, guys, let me get these laid out, please. I'll be right with you. Let's see what we have. Okay, we'll do 4 in a row. Okay, I'll show you these in just a moment. Okay. Let's see, that's upright. Okay. Okay, so the first card that we have out, shocking, surprise, unexpected. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So you can see this person is holding some kind of letter contract. So you could be receiving some kind of information. We'll get some more. We'll get more into this here in just a minute. But you could be receiving some kind of information, whether it's by actual letter, text, mail. It could even be by voice over the phone or verbally, with someone. It doesn't have to be by letter or written. But there's something shocking here. And I feel like, Spirit, is this the collective? Okay, yeah, this is you. Okay, for sure. So I feel like this is the bunny rabbit here. I feel like there's some kind of information that's coming to light or is getting ready to. Okay. And it could be about this group of people or group of situations. Okay. It says stalker, spy, surveil, invasion of privacy. Yeah. Yep. So something here is definitely getting ready to come to light. Okay. What else we have? Intuition. See, insight, fortune telling, divination. See, I'm telling you, there is the rabbit's nose right there. Your intuitive senses. Okay. Spirit's going to tell on these people. If Spirit hasn't already told on them, you're going to find out the entire truth. Okay, either by a dream, a vision. Spirit's going to tell you somehow if you get downloads, or if somehow, or Spirit's going to send someone to you to tell you the whole story. Something's getting ready to take place. I'm telling you, can't make this up. Okay, and what do we have? Charlatan. It says deceptive, trickster, fraud. Yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah, you're getting ready to find out the 100% entire truth about a person, a situation, and I feel like this is the ringleader that started the whole situation. Okay, so I definitely feel like this charlatan is this person, this stalker, this spy. Okay, someone surveilling you. This is definitely not someone, spying on you because they're madly in love with you or something like that. No, this is someone who things are getting ready to be revealed to you. It's like people seeing the truth. Okay. And because they're seeing the truth and your senses are onto it, if they haven't already been, they're getting ready to open up to the truth. Okay. And you're going to be very receptive to hearing that truth. And you're also going to know how to use your senses. Like when, let's say, if someone comes to you or sends you a message and says, hey, I need to make you aware of, I know you know this part of the story, but you need to know everything that's going on. Okay. So at that point, it's kind of like you would know, okay, whatever I'm told, I'm going to listen. I'm not going to react just yet because I know that I need to take this information straight to the divine, straight to God, right? And ask if what I'm being told is true. Okay. And then go from there. And let's see now, though, what do we have here? Transformation, rebirth, upgrade. Yeah, see, that's what's happening here. Okay. They're doing their thing, or they've done their thing, or they're getting ready. Again, depending on where you are on the timeline. Some of you, this may not have happened yet, okay, but it's getting ready to. But what's going on here? It's like you're the abundant rabbit back here, right? You're just doing your own thing, okay? You're doing as divinely guided. You have realized that by stepping away from the chaos, the noise, all of that stuff, okay, and focusing on your health and well-being, your spirituality, focusing on your dreams, goals, all of this stuff, right, is actually how it's done. It's actually how it's supposed to be. You're starting to wake up to this and this understanding. And you're starting to realize that, hey, okay, so this is how I transform, because you're starting to see it. And if you haven't started to see it yet, you're getting ready to start seeing your transformation. And it will be evident that you are transforming. This could be physically, this could be financially, this could be synchronicities, things just, boom, boom, boom. Everything just starts falling into place in divine timing for you. It's not spread apart, months and months apart now. It's like almost every day you're seeing synchronicities everywhere, or things are just coming into alignment with you. Okay. And that's where it's like other people, and it can become to feel like it's normal. Okay. So to you may not see it such as a big deal, because you may be seeing, well, but this is normal for me. Okay. Because once we experience something for some time, it pretty much becomes normal, a normal way of being or doing things, right? For ourselves personally. But someone on the outside looking in may look at you and say, what the heck is collective doing? There's no way. The collective had to have been doing something, bad, or the collective had to have been using some kind of spell work. What's the collective doing to be able to produce all this stuff, or to know this stuff, or things like that. That's what I'm getting here, and it's really like the collective not understanding how much you've transformed, but other people are seeing how much you have transformed, or you're getting ready to, okay, go through that. Now, with this transformation, I feel like what's happening here is, because you've got third wheel, okay? It says the other woman, man, third party. So what I'm feeling like with this, I'm not actually feeling like for everyone this is an actual like romantic third party type situation. Now it can be. It's general, okay? But I'm feeling like for what I've seen in the crystals and what I'm getting here, I'm feeling like this is more so you have a group of people. Again, this can be a mixture of many different groups, work related, volunteer somewhere related, whatever, okay? But you have the ringleader. You've got this ringleader, okay? This someone who is deceptive, this someone who does watch your every move, okay? Trying to get some kind of something on you, okay? So with this third party, I feel like what this is, it's like it's a third party in the sense of this group of people. So the best way I can describe this is there would be you, there would be this ringleader, okay, pretending to be someone they're not, okay? And then this ringleader, the third party would be this group of people that this ringleader or this person that is the main character in this group, within this group of people, okay? That's what I'm getting here. So it's like this ringleader has involved a bunch of people into something about the collective that isn't true, that isn't real, okay? And actually, what I'm getting here, Spirit, let me ask Spirit, I'm going to get clarification on this. I'm getting twofold on this. Sickness, disease, infectious. I feel like this ringleader, could have very well have been getting readings on you, because we have the intuition, divination, fortune telling, insight right above the sickness, disease, infectious. I feel like this person could have been getting readings on you, collective, to see. They could have been putting some kind of spell work on you, actually. That's not going to be for everyone. But guys, remember, spell work, that could just be gossip. That's why I do not like to be around gossip, period. If it's negative about someone, unless there is an absolute purpose, as far as like you're trying to teach people how to overcome something, so it's a situation where it has to be brought up. But in those instances, you have a pure heart about it. It's not a negative intent and just talking about someone, because that is spell work, okay? And so whether someone's literally doing magical type spell work, or they are gossiping negatively towards you, either way, that is spell work, okay? So they could be checking to see if there's spell work that they knowingly have done, I can't get that out, that they knowingly have done, towards you to create some kind of illness or sickness, or not knowing that their negative spoken words have been sending anything towards you, but they could still be getting other readers, or they could be watching other readers online to see if there's anything like that in the near future that is going to be happening to you. Okay? Either way, that's a very negative type mindset for someone to have towards another human being. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and see what else. Spirit, give me more. Let's go ahead and see what is this third wheel. Let's start with the transformation. Actually, what is this transformation? Third wheel, sickness and disease. Okay. Thank you. What do we have? Cannot make this up. Cannot make this up. The collective. Look at that. The collective. I'm telling you guys. Okay. You're going to be wearing the crown here. For sure. Okay. If you're not already. But I feel like for many of you, this is something that's getting ready to take place. People are going to see this. This is literally happening in my life already. Like literally. So it's like, I guess I may be energetically, I may be a little ahead on a timeline here somewhere, okay? And others of you, you may have already went through this several months ago, okay? Again, it's going to depend. But what I'm seeing here is, listen, you've got this, okay? Those of you that have been honest the whole way through, those of you that have been doing as you've been divinely led, working on your purpose, going forth with your mission, doing the best that you know how. Listen, your crown is getting ready to be on your head. Okay, if you haven't already gotten there already. It is getting ready to sit on your head. And people are going to know, yes, you were the honest one. Yes, you were telling the truth. Yes, whatever this is. And I feel like Spirit's saying, whatever shock this is, yeah, it may be hurtful, but let me tell you what I did. This might help someone. It may not help everyone, okay? But I have noticed that when someone hurts me, when I create, so for me creating, I like to create things about nature. I like to go out in nature. I like to record nature. I like to record the birds, all these different sounds. I like to make my own videos at home from those recordings, extract the bird sounds, do all this myself. I know I can use AI for it, but I enjoy it. Okay. It's something that I love to do. So if you love to paint, to write, draw, sing, whatever this is that you enjoy doing, that would be coming from your heart. Okay. That really makes your heart happy. I have realized that by using that to help other people when I'm hurting, taking my focus away from actually why I'm hurting. Yes, I still acknowledge that, taking action towards healing, but this is a process that God has shown me how to help speed up the process of healing. Okay. And that's actually by taking our passions and using those to our advantage. So if we are a singer, then write songs, okay? And start singing those from the heart to help people with not the intention to stay in that energy, okay? But with the intention to help humanity. Because the more we begin to help humanity, the more our hearts heal. Okay. So it's kind of like this beautiful scenario of, okay, I went through something that was hurtful. I'm going to use it for humanity. So I'm not going to use it as a woe is me song. Okay. That doesn't help people. That the only thing that helps, honestly, is to help pull people into more of like a depressive type state. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to make a lot of people angry. And, I love music. I love it. But when it's music that talks about negative stuff or relationships that's gone wrong, and nowhere in it does it talk about how things were overcome, then that's just keeping people stuck. It's no different than, and I'm going to say this. I love counselors. I've had many counselors who have really, really helped me. But I've also been to counselors that did not. So I'm talking about counselors who did not help me, that kept me stuck. So it's kind of like going to counseling with a counselor that keeps you going around and around. You never get out of talking about that situation to move forward. Okay. So it's like spirit saying, instead of, like, when you are attempting to heal, instead of looking at it as, okay, I'm going to create this song and tell all about what I went through, but then there's nowhere in the song that tells how did you overcome it. Did you give it to God? Did you add something in there about how you overcame this situation? Because that's what God wants. That's what the divine wants, so that we can help humanity. See, everything that we go through in this lifetime, we are supposed to be using that as tools, okay, to help humanity. Now, if we can't use something, if we don't use something as a tool, then it's not something, as far as like experiences that we've been through. So if we don't use it as a tool to help humanity, then it's not helping humanity. It's just keeping humanity stuck in more negative type energy. And the more you keep singing that, or the more you keep speaking that, the more you're bringing that actually into your existence. Okay. So it's like this big loop. And the way to get out of that loop is to say, okay, this hurt. This ripped my heart out. Now I need to take action towards healing. Okay. So you do everything you can do, pray, meditate, whatever your process is. Okay. But then you decide, you know what? Okay. I am going to go out in nature and film, or I am going to write this song. But as you do, it's with the intention of, I'm going to make this for humanity, not just for me, but I'm going to make it into something that's going to help many people around the world when they see this. Okay. So that's what makes the impact with the divine. So when we do that and we add in something, to help uplift others within the situation, that's where you also get this blessing of healing for yourself. It's like the divine says, okay, great job, collective. Now let me give you an extra boost of healing yourself. That's exactly, I witnessed this so much. This is just so true. Okay. Very beautiful. All right, Spirit, let's go to the same deck. What else can you tell me? I am interested. What is going on with this shocking, surprising, unexpected news? What is this about? What is this about? What is going on? Whoa, thank you. All of these? Oh, yes. Okay, in Spirit. Okay, I'm going to show you how they came out. Okay, so we have 2 stacks. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. This was the one to the left. Okay, Spirit, do you want me to keep it in the order that they are? Yes, okay. So we're going to start with this one. We have scarcity, lack, poverty, struggle. So there's definitely something going on here with the mindset. Okay, and then we have candle magic. I cannot make this up, guys. It says, may love, life, and finances be hexed and rest in an energy of lack. So be it. Look at that. I'm telling you, somebody is sending some kind of magic your way. Whether it's actual spells or verbal, they're sending stuff towards the collective. I'm telling you, But then saying because their stuff's not working, okay, their stuff's not working because look who's wearing the crown or getting ready to. Look who's flourishing. Because you are or you're getting ready to flourish. What's happening here is it's like instead of them admitting what they're doing, it's like accusing you of doing the same thing to better yourself. You see what I'm saying? It's really twisted. It's just really twisted. And the other one, look, finance blockages. I cannot make this up. Cannot make this up. You look at that. Candle magic to stop your finances. You have lack, poverty, struggle, and then you have finance blockages. Guys, look, this cannot be any clearer. There is a group of people here that does not want you to move forward. And it's all stemming from this ringleader. Wow. Okay, wait a minute. Now we have this other stack. Okay. Spirit, Holy Divine, do you want these exactly? No. Okay. Tell me which one first. Which one? Which one first? This one? Okay, thank you. Okay, let me do this. Okay, next. This one, thank you. Next. Okay, and thank you. All right, so we're going to flip them. And we have alluring, enticing, attractive, infatuation. Okay. Let me see what else we have. If you guys hear my little pug in the background snoring, she is just snoring away. Peace, harmony, calm. Okay. Guarded, secure, safe. This says security. Then we have player, non-committal, community cup. Okay. Okay, so let me see what we have here. So yeah, I feel like, so basically how I'm seeing this, okay, so it's like, here you are, collective, all peaceful, harmony, calm, basically, either being in solitude, focusing on what you can produce, what you can manifest, or if you're not in the situation of being in solitude, at least you are being able to have the mental clarity and the focus, okay? Or you're getting ready to step into that energy, right? And then look here, the spell work, okay? You got this energy. Remember, everything is spiritual, okay? It's not people. There are spiritual energies that literally manipulate human people to come in and distract us at the right time in the right ways. Okay, so you've got, here you are, collective, doing your thing, right? Peaceful, calm, no chaos. You've said, you know what, I'm not allowing gossip around me anymore, the negative, hurtful things. I'm not allowing, whatever. You've set boundaries with people, whatever, right? And you are in this Zen type mode. And then all of a sudden, right when you get where you are starting to work toward or want to complete, here you go. Distraction, okay? Enticing, attractive, infatuation. Yeah, it can be through a person as far as like, I'm not sure how I can say this on YouTube. I can't say the word, but it can come through the S word, but it doesn't have to be. Distractions can be phone calls, just people, lots and lots of people sending you phone calls, or sending you lots of text messages or email, whatever. And if you're not prepared for that, and say, you know what, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep my ringer off so many hours a day. I mean, this is what I have to do. Sometimes I keep my ringer off, actually on do not disturb, depending on what I'm doing. I will keep my phone on do not disturb for days, and sometimes turn it off for an hour or two, for, whatever I need to do personally with my children. Then there are other times that I don't turn do not disturb on, depending again on what I'm doing, what I'm working on, but I will have my ringer off and vibrate is off. So I am not notified on purpose so that I can stay focused. Okay. Because that's how I have to work. And because I do have ADHD and I do have ADD. And for people that don't have these, I'll call it an issue because it is an issue that I'm constantly overcoming. Okay. It's there. It's just like, the epilepsy. It's there. I acknowledge it's there, but I also acknowledge how to keep it to where I need it to be, where I am healthy. You see what I'm saying? So it's no different with anything else. I have to acknowledge, okay, this is part of my life. This is something that is here. And although it's here, it doesn't mean I have to focus on it. Okay. It doesn't mean that. What it means is I have to figure out ways how to navigate around it to stay healthy, to keep my mental clarity, and whatever it takes. And if that means turning my phone off and completely disconnecting from everybody in order to get something that I am divinely guided to do, then that's what I have to do and not feel bad about it. Because if God's telling me to do something, that's who I answer to. I don't answer to other human beings. No other human being has a right to control another human being, period. Okay? And so what I'm trying to get to is like, if you are attempting to learn how to set strong boundaries, it all starts with learning how to set boundaries with yourself. Okay. So like, that's what I'm talking about with the phone. I had to get several years ago, I had to get to the point to where I realized, wait a minute, my phone was causing me a huge distraction. There were other things too, not just the phone. Okay. But the phone was a big one. Okay. Because people don't see. It's just like earlier today. Okay, so one of my roommates, a really, really good friend of mine, he was saying, okay, and I say he, guys, listen, they are a gay couple and they are very good friends of mine, because I know somebody's going to take that and run and say, oh my God, I knew it. I'm always getting accused of stuff. But no, he's a very, very good friend of mine. And he said, I see how many hours you put in, because I hardly ever sleep, just a few hours a day, and sometimes not that. He sees this because he's in the household with me. He sees the work that I put in behind the scenes. So what I'm saying is it's hard for other people if they're not doing exactly what you're doing. If they don't live in your household and see exactly what's going on all the time, they have no idea. All they know is what they imagine that you're doing, okay? And most of the time, that's not real. It's not true. That's what they think. But, whatever we're doing in our household, you could sit and spend days trying to explain to someone, but if they are not in your household every day, seeing what you do from day to day, they're not going to get it. So instead of trying to waste time, trying to get people to understand what you're doing or why you're doing something, because they're not going to get it because they don't do it, or they haven't seen you, like as in living with you on what you do, is what I'm getting at, right? So they can't know. If you've never tied your shoe before, then you don't know how to tie the shoe, right? You have to learn how to tie the shoe yourself. Someone could tell you all day long, but you have to physically do it to understand it, right? So when it comes to setting boundaries, it's kind of like that. It's like getting over the heart hurt yourself of, oh my gosh, people are going to be mad at me. Oh my gosh, people are going to think I'm being stuck up, or they're going to say this about me, or they're going to. You have to get over that, okay? And you will eventually. But the more that you do it, you will see, because where I messed up when I very first started setting boundaries, I didn't set boundaries with myself. That's why I'm so adamant now when I teach this to people, that it starts with yourself, okay? Because I didn't. And I started setting boundaries. And when you have, I know the collective that's watching this, you all have big, huge hearts. So I was the same way, and I still am. But at that time, I had this big, huge heart, didn't want to hurt anybody, always cared about what everybody thought about me, all that stuff, right? So I started setting boundaries, and I would say, I can't talk more than 15 minutes, right? I had all that planned out. So I had the same people contacting me, and they would keep stepping over my boundaries. It would be almost 15 minutes. I would give a heads up. I would even set a timer on my phone. I would do all this stuff. But it's like there were a certain few select people that it didn't matter how much I said I have to go. Well, they didn't even hear a thing. They just kept talking. They kept talking, and before I would know it, it would be 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So it had to get to the point to where I could set boundaries with myself. It became evident, because every time that I would talk to these same people again, saying that I had boundaries and I had to stick with them, they knew I wouldn't, because they had already tested me several times. You see? That's how that works. So right then and there, I said, okay, I got to set boundaries with myself. I see how this works, and I have to stick to it. Whether my boundaries that I set are right or wrong or in between, it doesn't matter. If I set a boundary and I feel like it's good for me right now, then that is the boundary I need to set. And I can't be worried about who gets angry or anything else, because no one else is living in my household, living my life. Okay. So that's when I started setting the strong boundaries with myself. What I'm going to accept, what I'm not, for how long, what days, what weeks, months, whatever. Okay. And that's what I'm feeling like here is like there's definitely going to be a need for you, if you already don't have a good boundary system in place, to go ahead and start on it, because there's definitely some kind of distractions going to come in, and you have to remember this is going to be spiritual to try to throw you off of your path. Okay. And see, we have guarded, secure, safe. See, you have a security guard here. I'm telling you, Spirit's telling you, you need to set some kind of boundaries up and be ready. Because whatever this distraction is, check this out, player. Okay? Can't make this up, player. So there's some kind of negative energy coming in that's basically, it's going to entice you. It could be food. It could be so many different things, okay? But it's going to entice you. So Spirit's telling you to put on your vest and get ready, okay? It's like, don't be blind. You look. I can't make this up. Both of these people have on glasses. Check it out. Let me get this up close. Look, glasses, clear glasses. You're seeing something clearly, okay? Check this out. This person has no glasses. Distraction 1, no glasses, okay? Does this person, no glasses. Distraction 2. Can't make this up, guys. Okay, you're going to see clearly on a situation. Keep your boundaries. Hold your boundaries. Do not let anyone. Listen, people will test you. Okay, people will test you. But the thing is, you have to stand firm with your morals. You have to stand firm with your boundaries, okay? And not worry, because again, who are we trying to seek approval from? The divine, from God, right? No, we don't want to hurt other people intentionally, no. But we also, we know that in order for us to exceed on the mission or our divine purpose, that we can't just be sitting in little cliques all the time talking about other people. We can't do it, because that is distraction. Not only is it hurting other people and sending negative energy, but it's distractions. Okay? And that is taking us farther away. And that's what these negative entities want. And they will literally use people, and they don't even know it, to sit and, oh, did you hear about collective? Okay? They will use people. They don't know it. They're sitting there laughing or whatever. And then on down the road, they're wondering, how did collective get this crown? I should have gotten the crown. Why did collective get the crown? Right? That's how that works. They did that to themselves by allowing that. They need to wake up. Okay? But hopefully, by them seeing the situation, that they were just wasting time. Okay? Maybe that will kind of like teach them a good lesson, because we're all here to teach and learn. Okay, that's what this is. So it's not saying that collective is better than this group of people. Not at all. None of us are any better than another person. Okay, because it's spiritual. But there's, we're all waking up in different times. Okay, some of us have been awakening, since childhood. Others of us have maybe not waking up just yet, but getting ready to. Okay? So, we have to take all these things into account. And instead of focusing on, hey, it's a certain person or it's a certain group of people. Yeah, it may be a group of people. But what's deep down spiritually causing that group of people to take the actions that they're taking, to speak the things that they're speaking? Okay? So we really have to understand, this is spiritual warfare. Okay, Spirit, Holy Divine, give me more, please. Very interesting. Just keep your eyes open. Keep your energy guarded. Okay? Keep it safe. And look, there's even a dog here. Dogs are symbolic of loyalty, trust, friendship, unconditional love, okay? That's like the divine saying, hey, I got you. You got to do your part, collective, but I got you. You got extra help here. Very nice. Okay. I feel like there's something I'm missing on this card. Hold on. There's something else. What is that? Yeah, look. There's two people back here in a cell. Locked in a cell. Look, there's distance. See how small they are? There's distance that came through earlier. Yeah, so anytime I see two, that's a group of more than one, right? It can be any number. Okay, whoa. Okay, and what do we have? Ugly spell, beauty spell. See, somebody is sending spells. Collective. This cannot be made up, honestly. Somebody is definitely helping collective to fall. Somebody is not wanting collective to get the crown, to not have some kind of abundance, to not be in that rabbit energy of abundance and manifesting quickly. There's got to be some kind of jealousy behind something here. There's not an actual jealousy card that's out, but I'm definitely getting jealousy energy. But you have to remember, collective. If you haven't already, when you figure out what we've already talked about, about solitude, healing, all that stuff, focus, and you take action doing that. See, we can actually, even though they may get angry, we may actually be teaching them so that one day that, just teaching them by what we're doing, teaching them by our actions, not being angry at them, all that stuff, okay? But just being the way shower, okay? Teaching them by what we're doing. We don't have to say anything, just do it. We don't have to say a word, just do it. And keep doing it and over and over. And eventually, maybe not to everyone, but there may be a few that will start catching on and say, wait a minute, I've been wasting so much time with this group of people over here for a bunch of nonsense. Wait a minute. You see what I'm saying? So just hang in there. You've got this. Just make sure, keep your eyes open. Be careful who and what you give your energy to. Spirit, Holy Divine. Okay, well, and if you see these flipped over, Spirit, do you want me to use these? Yes. Okay. So we have impersonation. Okay. And we have spiritual rank. And we have Libra. Let's see, what does it say? Libra, September 23rd to October 27th. Second, diplomatic and urban. Is it urban? Urban. Okay, diplomatic and urban, romantic and charming, easygoing and sociable, idealistic and peaceable, indecisive and changeable, gullible and easily influenced, flirtatious and self-indulgent, element air, ruling planet Venus, colors pink, metal copper. Okay, so where it says here, Libra, whether you have strong placements of Libra or not in your chart, I do. Extremely a large amount. But where you have here about there's going to be some kind of distraction coming in, I definitely feel like Spirit's saying again, make sure you use your intuition here, okay? Stay guarded. Anyone that's coming into your life, make sure that you go to the divine and ask for signs, synchronicities, downloads, however you get your information, okay? Because someone's trying to enter into your life here. You know how I've had this happen to me a lot. You know how just out of the blue, someone you don't hear from for a while, then they contact you. How you doing? I've been wondering about you. Are you feeling okay? When you find out later on, that's the very person that was putting the beauty spell on you or putting the death spell on you. Okay. So, yeah. So just remember, okay, you do have high spiritual rank. Those of you watching that felt pulled to this video, and you know that you are a chosen one, a light worker, starseed, earth angel type energy. Okay. Know that this is just Spirit confirming. Okay. You are of high spiritual rank. Trust the divine, that you are divinely protected from these spells. I just heard bounce back. So basically, you're being watched to see if some kind of spell work is effective. So it's like but because you're divinely protected, you're realizing, or they're realizing, spell work isn't working. Now, here's the thing. Okay, unless the divine, usually the divine shows me or tells me, or both, when someone sends something my way. Sometimes I'm actually shown in vision a picture of their face. Sometimes not. Sometimes I don't know who they are. but sometimes I do. Either way, there's usually some kind of warning ahead of time that this certain spell is being sent toward me. Okay. So it's kind of like a situation like that happening, make sure that you are prayed up, you are, you meditate, stay grounded, stay in alignment with God and the divine, okay? Especially at this time, because that way you can be able to perceive or know of any type of spells that are being sent towards you. Because it's almost like, with this bounce back that I heard, it's almost like someone or a group of people sending you some kind of spell work. And we'll use this ugly spell, beauty spell right here, okay? So someone's sending that to you. It never touches you because you're divinely protected. You have some kind of higher spiritual rank here, okay? And because they don't understand the higher spiritual rank, okay, they don't understand that how divinely protected you are. So they just keep spitting out spell work, okay? And they keep checking, whether spying on you if you're online, watching, if you're online, spying on you, or if they know where you live, or whatever. But somehow trying to keep in contact to find out about you, right? And then all of a sudden they start noticing, nothing I'm doing is working. Why are my spells not working? Okay. It's easy. It's simple. There's divine protection at play. Okay. But hopefully these people at some point, collective, they will begin to wake up and realize, wait a minute, I can't do spells that are above God. Because what's happening with the bounce back, with what Spirit just told me, these spells that they're sending to the collective are actually they're like the divine. We don't have to send back to sender. If we are divinely protected, we don't have to at all. All we have to do is stay in alignment, do as we're divinely told to do, keep moving forward, and trust that God and the divine is going to bounce that back, because that's what the divine just told me. Bounce back. The divine is literally, it's like a game of ricochet. The divine has that racket. Everything that's being sent, and they're hitting it right back. Well, we're doing as we're divinely told to do. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. What else would you like to tell the lovely collective? Guys, I really love these cards. These are really, really awesome. I love them. Wow. Intuitive Kev, if you're watching this, please know. Keep making these. I know I already said that once, but the more that I'm using these now, I want more. These are so cool. What else? Oh, okay. So the cards are not coming out just yet. So that's an indicator that some of you have been actually experiencing this type of situation for at least a year or more. Where are we going? Spirit's pulling me. Where are we going? Which card? Which one? Is it this one? This one? This one? This one? Okay, which one? Oh my gosh, it's both of these. Okay. These are connected. The charlatan, deceptive, trickster, fraud, player, non-committal, community cup. Okay. So these two are connected. The same person. The ringleader. This is not two separate people. This is one person. So it's a person with these characteristics, like they're a trickster, they're a fraud, they're deceptive, they're coming through as if they're a good person. They're acting, it's an act. They're acting to other people like they're a good person. They were acting to you, or they're going to act to you, collective, as if they're a good person. But they're not. You're going to see, because of the glasses. Okay? Because of the glasses, you're going to see clearly. You have two set of eyes. You know the saying, you got glasses, you got four eyes, right? You've got two set of eyes. You are going to see this situation for what it is. You're going to see right through this person. You're going to be like, oh, no, you are not the person I thought you were. We are not equally yoked. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. No, you're not the person at all. Yeah, Spirit's telling you, make sure that you stay guarded. Now, it doesn't mean guard your heart, okay, and not allow love relationships in, okay? It's just saying we have to be very careful. And that's what I'm doing at this time. I've got a lot on me that the divine is, they're not actually asking me, they're telling me, okay? It's like I get divine instructions. God doesn't ask me to do anything. God tells me, okay, I need you to do this now. An extraterrestrial will say, okay, I need you to do this now. All working for God, okay? And I might already have 10 things going on, but I have to do as divinely instructed when instructed, okay? So that's why you might see me posting stuff at all kinds of weird times, because I can't go by algorithm. I can't, because I have to do, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning and God says, okay, do this now. Because the divine knows who needs to hear what at what time and when it's going to reach them. That's why I'm on here. That has to be my focus. Humanity. Okay? God, and trust God will take care of everything else. So that's how that has to work. Okay. Spirit, Holy Divine. What else, please? What else, please? And what do we have? Illusionist. I'm telling you. Look how well this person is dressed, right? Even got a bunny rabbit. You came through as a rabbit. Even got a bunny rabbit in the hat. They're going to come through and act like they are equally yoked with you, collective. But they're not. This isn't even real. You remember, you're going to see them for who they really are. You won't have to do anything. They're going to show themselves. Yeah, it's like they're going to show themselves. It's like you're going to see, oh gosh, not this again. I feel like, that's what I'm feeling like, oh gosh, not this again. You've already been through cycles of people who have been in the same energy before. So therefore, it's like in an instant, you recognize, you pick up on it, and you're like, okay, this is something that I recognize. And I'm not doing this. I'm not playing in that energy. I've already walked away from that energy. I am not going to be in that energy. Okay? You will know. There's not going to be any doubt whatsoever. Yeah, because this is not someone who is equally yoked. But they want you to think that. Okay? And even though this is coming through as a male, remember, these are not gender-specific readings, okay? This could be a female and a masculine energy. Give me more. More, please. Okay, whoa. Thank you. What do we have? Exposure, bear, reveal. I'm telling you, look. There's two things going on here. You're going to see whenever, if you haven't already been through whatever this situation is, when you start going through that situation in the beginning, you're going to see, oh, wait a minute. No, this person is not what they said or who they appeared to be. So they're going to be exposed in that sense by the divine helping you see this, okay, about this person. And also because many of you will have already encountered this same type energy. Now, also, I feel like what this reveal is, the very first card out was this shock, right? So this is when this other person or a group of people is going to be coming to you with more information about this main person, okay? Look, oh my God. See, these two came out together. Exposure, you got the moon illusion, okay? Look at this. Binding, finances, love, spiritual, energetic. I'm telling you guys, you're going to be hearing some kind of information where someone's been doing some kind of spell work to stop you from moving forward. There's got to be something about jealousy going on here, plain and simple. And that's a shame. It really is. You know, guys, there is more than enough in this entire universe for everybody. Everybody on every planet, in every dimension, there is more than enough. There's more. There is no reason for anybody to feel like they have to compete. There's no reason for one tarot reader to feel like they have to compete with another, because we all have our own unique, beautiful abilities to add into our readings. We all, just because we all might use cards doesn't mean that we're all the same. We're not. If we're real, we're not. We have our own beautiful, unique twists that we can add into them. There's no reason for competition. There's no reason for a husband and wife to compete against each other. I'm talking about competition in a negative way. I'm not talking about, playing a game and it being fun and friendly. I'm talking about real competition, because I've experienced this all my life. Every one of my exes, there has been competition. If I do something that I've been wanting to accomplish, there's competition. They end up getting mad at me. And then I have to pay for accomplishing something. That's not right. That's not how it's supposed to be. And, there should not be that kind of competition. It should be focusing on competing with self. With self. To be the best that we can possibly be. Because when we can be at our personal best, no matter what that means, then we can give our best to humanity, to help others. Wow. And there's obviously somebody here, collective. They're not in that mindset, okay? So because they're not, all they can see is, okay, I'm going to send another spell. I'm going to send another spell. I'm going to try to act like I'm this type of person, or I believe this way. And then you find out, oh, no, this is a total lie. This is not, none of this is real. Who are you? You're not the person you said you were. You see what I'm saying? It's that kind of, yeah. This is definitely somebody wishing ill on you some way, somehow. We've had health come out. We've had finances come out a lot. We've had beauty come out. So, it could be one or all of the above that someone's been doing towards you. I know I've had all of the above the past year and a half sent to me. It's crazy, but the thing is, none of it doesn't touch me. Like, I'll tell you like what happened. One thing, all of a sudden, I mean, you can read on my YouTube posts, where all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, and I was already warned that something was getting ready to happen. We were having flooding at the same time already. So the very next day, I think it was the flooding first. I can't remember. So I think it was the flooding first, and then the very next day, I was hurting really bad in my stomach, and I went had to go to the emergency room. I mean, it was like really bad. It felt like I was on fire in my stomach. I'm not talking heartburn or something like, no, I was literally on fire, and there was so much pain. I couldn't hardly stand up. And so I went to the hospital, and they said that my aorta was torn, which I had not been lifting. I hadn't been doing anything. There's no reason for it. They couldn't find any reason for it. They just said it was torn. They had to send me on by ambulance to UK hospital in Lexington, Kentucky. And they kept testing me. And there they had this huge team of specialists working with me, and everything was saying, yes, I had an aortic tear. They didn't know if I was going to make it, second to second, all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, guess what happened? Guess what happened, guys? They kept taking more tests, and it disappeared. All the previous test work from 2 hospitals that showed it was there, all of a sudden it disappeared. Now, remember, I was shown ahead of time Spellwork. Okay? Now, so this is the thing. This can cause delays. Yes. But it's up to God when we pass away. We plan that with God when we come here. We plan when we actually want to pass away and how. That's all planned out. So these people don't understand this, okay? So they think that they can take you out early. But when you're divinely protected, what they're doing is they're actually bouncing, like Spirit said, bouncing that back onto them. It's really sad. I hope these people really wake up. I really do. I hope they wake up fast. Because I don't wish ill will on anybody, guys. I don't. And as much as they're sending, that's a lot of karma building up on them that's bouncing back. Wow. Yeah. I don't send that negative to anyone, guys. No. Because their eyes are not open. They can't see. They don't understand. Okay? And I know it's not easy. I understand that. I get it. It is not easy. And it can feel like it's ripping your heart out. And it can make you feel angry. It can make you feel all these emotions. I've been there. I know. But there has to come a time where we have to look where it's coming from. It's stemming from negative entities. That's where it all starts. So it's spiritual warfare. So we have to start attacking the negative entities that are using people, our families, our friends, our children, our close loved ones, our coworkers, our bosses, whoever, to think weird thoughts about us or to speak weird things that aren't true about us. Okay? Because when we start getting down to the root of the problem, that's usually where we can eradicate the situation. Okay? Because this person may not know why they thought what they thought. They just know they thought it. They may not realize that they have an attachment when they do. And I'm not saying somebody here has an attachment, okay? But I'm just saying, a lot of times when people have attachments that are negative, they don't realize it. They think they're doing the right thing. Okay? So we need to look past that to the root, which is the entity. Okay, Spirit, Holy Divine, what else would you like to tell the lovely collective? What else? What else? Okay, Spirit said stop here. Okay, so we're going to stop here. All right, where would you like for me to go? Where would you like for me to go? Okay. Okay. Spirit's wanting us to end. Okay, which was it this one or this one? This one. Okay. Spirit is wanting you to have an animal animal card, or 2 or 3. Well, we got all these. Okay, gotta take them. So the order does not matter. So I'm gonna start with the snake transformation. You will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. What? I know you had transformation here somewhere. Change is in the wind, and you are at the center of all. And you are at the center of it all as the catalyst. To smoothen the process, make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. The next one, Peacock, self-love. See there? Very important. You will find great power in focusing on the positive aspects of yourself, that which makes you indefinably unique and beautiful. There are deep wells of untapped inner power in letting go of negative self-talk. Yes, yes, yes. We have spider, manifestation. You weave your web in life. What you see before you are the result of your thoughts. If your current reality does not suit you, then it's time to make changes through conscious manifestation. Your energy can bring in all you desire. Then we have the B, productivity. It's time to examine your productivity. Disorganization and indecisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Take a moment to prioritize your goals and get a clear view of how to get where you want to go and what it will take to get there. See, there's the focus again. There's the why. It's the need for you to guard your energy right now, for you to either be in solitude or to at least be able to remove distractions from your life. Set those strong boundaries and stick with those. Okay, anything else, Spirit, before I close? Okay, that's all Spirit has for this reading. Very much happiness, love, success, my friends. This has been so much fun. I do love these cards. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think about this new deck? Really, really cool. I did buy them from Etsy. It was, I believe it was, I can't remember if I typed in iCav, like I and then KEV, or if it was Intuitive Kev and it took me to there. I'm not sure. But if you can't find his decks, he has several. He's got like a tarot deck he makes. He's got other things besides cards too on Etsy. I would definitely check them out. Seriously, because these cards are they feel so amazing when you're shuffling, and they're just great. So I'm so happy with them. Or you can find him. He does have a YouTube channel as well, and it is under Intuitive Kev. So either way, and I think he does usually put in his description how to find his Etsy shop. So just in case you're interested in getting those. And again, definitely worth the money, and they are on the cheaper side of things. So yes, definitely worth getting. All right, love you guys so much, and always remember, find your miracle in everything, because if we look hard enough, guys, we will find it. I promise you. As long as we look for the miracle, it's there. We just have to be able to see it. Okay? All right. Love you. Bye.